Hello and welcome to the Armchair Pundits Manchester United post-match review show. Yeah, I'm your boy Monts, and it's an away day at Brighton. The final day reaction. 25-26 Premier League season. And what a performance it was. So Manchester United decided that they were going to end it in some real style. We got a clean sheet, an emphatic and dominant win. There was quality, control, clinical finishing, and obviously your boy, the skipper himself, Bruno Fernandes, putting the icing on an already incredible season by breaking Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne's assist record with 21 assists in one campaign. Round of applause for your boy. And obviously, he had to grab one. He had to grab a goal himself as well, which was a beautiful goal. So yeah, let's run through the goals. So the first goal came from a Bruno corner, which was his 21st assist, and it was a beautiful header, bullet header from Dorgu, who, to be honest, had an impeccable game today. Rose high, was the only one in the air, unchallenged, headed the ball in off the crossbar, and it was 1-0 United within 30 minutes. More of that to come. Before the break, there was a nice little bit of intricate play down the right-hand side with Mazraoui. He looks like he's going to make the cross. He sets the ball back into Ahmad. Ahmad takes on the two defenders that are inside the box. He does a little crocketer, sends the ball to Mount. Mount does a first-time touch pass in towards the byline. Ahmad's running on, and then he squares the ball to Mbeumo, who could do no wrong. All he had to do is get his foot on it. 2-0 United before the break. So that's 2 goals in 2 matches for Mbeumo, which is perfect timing, just to kind of end the season for him. And then the third goal, which, to be fair, looked a little bit clunky and a little bit clumsy. Again, Dorgu involved. He gets the ball. He does some kind of pirouette, gets himself, muddled up with the ball inside the box. Somehow manages to set the ball to Bruno on the right-hand side. And Bruno just strikes the ball low and hard with the outside of his boot and beats the Brighton keeper. 3-0 United, 48 minutes. It's game, set, and match. Brighton really didn't have a sniff today. It was all United, lots of control, like I said earlier. And with the XG of Man United sitting at 1.82 and Brighton 0.81, that was one hell of a performance. I think the points to take away from this today for us is Bruno smashing the record, us cementing Champions League for next season. We can look back and say, you know what, the turnaround from the point Carrick stepped in was impeccable, and it warranted him a contract for the next 2 to 3 years, which is great. We've now got some kind of focus and stability at the head of the coaching staff. We can look forward to the summer now, knowing that, right, we've got someone in there that is going to have their eyes firmly focused on the next year's campaign, and we can really start getting some players in after we get rid of the bad rubbish. Let's be honest, the deadwood, the likes of Ugarte, the likes of Xerxes. These guys, they need to go. They're not going to be utilized next season. They're not really United quality, so we need to be reinvesting. There's talk about some midfielders, the likes of Edison from Atlanta. You got Tonali from Newcastle. You got Anderson from Nottingham Forest. There was some chatter about Walton from Crystal Palace. You've also got the likes of Belieber for Brighton, who today wasn't necessarily a standout performance from him. But again, when United are in that kind of mood, there's not much you can do to stop them. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the summer signings, that's for sure, in and out. Who was I impressed with most today? I've got to be honest, it's got to be Dorgu, Yeah, you could say that Bruno was, he was in the mood today, but Dorgu was a man possessed. He was a willing runner. He was running for everything. He could have had a brace today, maybe even 3 goals with the amount of chances and opportunities he created himself and or opportunities that were created for him. But yeah, you can see, he's going to be some player next season, and the pace on him, wow. I don't think there's going to be many fullbacks or centre backs that are going to want to face him at all. And that's pretty much it. But all in, I'd say that in comparison to the last season, this is like night and day. This is the level of performance that I'm expecting from my team next year. Next year, we can start as we mean to go on and make a big push for the Prem title. And look how far we can go into these other competitions. No early exits, so we can save our blushes. But with us going the distance in some of these competitions, what we're going to need, depth. That's going to be the most important thing. I think the word of the day, or the word of the season, has got to be squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. Because we've been seeing this season the likes of Spurs with a depleted squad. They had themselves fighting for relegation. We don't want to be in that position and be in these other, high level competitions. So yeah, not much more from me other than bring on next season. Well done to Arsenal and their fan base. After 22 years, they finally got their hands on the Premier League trophy. But you know what? The big clubs do it back to back. Let's see what you got. I'm your boy Monts. Now, just before you go, make sure you follow, like, share, and leave a comment. Who impressed you most today? We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. And yeah, the World Cup's around the corner. Peace.